What's up guys, this is Crypto James talking to you today about Everscale. Now, Everscale were actually in really good marketing runs back in 2021. They've not actually, they didn't really do particularly well in the last bull cycle. I'm not expecting this to necessarily break a previous high or anything like that. But this is quite an interesting one because there's a lot of big investors in this as well. So we'll take a look at this 5th gen layer 1 and see what it's all about and what it can do in terms of price. Before I get into any of it though guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos I showed everyone I was buying up all of these coins because I expected them to have big profits. And you can see what the profits would have been if you'd have popped just $100 into each one. And if you'd have done that, $100 into every single one, it's $2,600 investment in total. All you would have to do is sell a little less than 18 months on, and your profit from a $2,600 investment would have been over 123 grand, which is not bad. Now, I sold all of these. Since the market's crashed, I continue to now buy up new cryptos, and whenever I find a coin that I think can do give significant profits, whether that's a 20x, a 30x, 40x, 50x, 100x, I will get in on it and I will let my members know all about it. And the site that I run is copymycrypto.com. So when I find a coin that I think can do huge gains, like I said, the Phantom, then what I will do is I will go onto the site, I will tell the members about the coin, the kind of profits I think it can have, as well as what percentage of my money that I'm putting in, and they can copy along. So there's literally no work, it's completely transparent. I also did the same when I sell. I'll let my members know what coin that I'm holding, that I'm selling, what percentage of the holdings that I'm selling, and what I'm doing with my profits, whether it's reinvesting it, whether it's just banking it. So there is no work for the members. Now, if that sounds good to you, making the same profits as me, except doing no work, then click the link in the description, go to the site, have a look through it. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify absolutely everything that you read. It's all on the history of this channel. So you'll be able to see what the members have earned since joining. You'll be able to see what I've said in the past. All of it you can verify. And you can make a decision if it's something like a service that you want to try. So let's look at Everscale. So Everscale launched 2020, back end of 2020. And it plummeted from the highs that it was at. Now, it's worth noting, look, when they launched, they had a very small supply compared to obviously where they're at now. They've got 1.9 billion tokens. But one thing that Everscale did really well at the time, and they did well for quite a while, was marketing. They were pretty good. You know, if you would search Everscale on Google, or if you would search Bitcoin or Ethereum on Google, you quite often see Everscale put in the bracket, you know, as tactical article placements. But you know, even just this year, they've been having a number of different companies getting in on them. So Venom Ventures Fund joined hands with Everscale's blockchain to invest $5 million into Web3 projects. We saw Alpha Transform Holdings announce investment into Everscale as well. So that's Alpha Sigma Capital Funds. That's just a couple of days ago as well, and that news doesn't seem to have made a ton of difference. But this is a 5th gen blockchain. They post about what this can do. You know, this could be ideal for CBDCs, DeFi, as well as self-sovereign identity, cross-chain bridges, NFT marketplaces, metaverse, gaming, GameFi as well. Now, with CBDCs, I don't think they're there yet. Even though the tech's probably there, they are not ISO 20022 compliant. You have to be to be able to run a CBDC, so that's something they have to do. But if they did make themselves compliant, huge steps in the right direction. Their DeFi, the ability to run DeFi on there is incredible because this is very fast, very cheap. So Flatcube is like an Everscale DEX that provides a good liquidity farming and asset swaps, and allows users to vote and participate in yield farming programs. They've got Flex as well, which is a decentralized exchange, but they have a limit order book as well, which is always a nice feature. And they have Gravix, which is a derivatives DEX, where people can trade assets including stocks and the Forex market, which is pretty damn cool. They could also run voting and voting mechanisms, as in not governance voting for a crypto, but as in they could run electronic voting for governments if that was something that was desired. Dvote is a platform that aims to improve trust and transparency in elections through the Everscale tech. It's capable of hosting elections with a total of 100 million voters, and it's in the active phase of testing. So they've got stuff up and running. Like I said, this is a 5th gen, and it claims to be capable of handling millions of transactions per second. I don't think we've seen the evidence for that yet, but if that does happen, huge. That would be huge. It's based on the Telegram Open Network architecture, and ultimately the Telegram Open Network plan to launch a crypto failed. It was cut short by regulators after the SEC filed a lawsuit. Of course they did. It would be weird if they didn't at this point. So in the spring of 2020, the project was announced to be closed. However, in May of 2020, several companies and teams used Ton's off-the-shelf protocol to launch the main free Ton network. And among the founders are Simplex, Everstake, Fork, Log, Creator, Anatoly Kaplan, Kuna Exchange, and others. And in November, the community decided to rebrand the project to Everscale. So it's touted as the most scalable blockchain network. And it should be ideal for dApps, it should be ideal for DeFi, it should be ideal for GameFi, it really should be ideal for damn near everything, if it can do and get the throughput that it's suggesting. And that's a big, big thing if they get that kind of throughput. One thing that is really good about Everscale, I always highlight this if it's the case in any sort of crypto project, is have you got a grants mechanism in place to grow your network, if that is what if you are a layer 1, layer 2. So they do have a grant system in place. You can see a number of projects have already won the grants. There's 3, 4, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 projects that have so far been rewarded with the grant. And that's always good. You've got to incentivize developers to come. Very much at the field of dreams kind of narrative. If you build it, they will come, but it's in this regard, it's if you pay developers, they will come. Because, they need to have the financial backing to build. So it's really good to see that Everscale have that up and running. You can see it as well with regards to the roadmap. So this is the roadmap for 2023. So EVM compatible work chain is in core development, and that should be done that was done in Q4 of 2022. That should have been completed. Flex is done. You've got EverConnect, which is an integration with Wallet Connect. There's the private work chains as well. There's the slashing for validators' malicious behavior, which I always think is a good idea, as well as slashing for lazy verifiers. It makes sure that the network runs smoothly, makes sure that you punish the insidious actors. Opening a derivatives protocol is always going to be important. Derivatives is going to be one of the biggest growth sectors in crypto. So Everscale getting on the ball on that is also important. The problem I have with Everscale as of right now, it looks really weak in terms of long-term chart. And I would like to see a real run of successful marketing from them in the next bull cycle, because I'm limiting this to around about 10x. I think 50 cents is kind of where it's at right now. Yeah, there's a few projects on there, and if we look at the overall ecosystem, we can see that there's a decent amount of projects, but 74 is not tons. Obviously, there's a number of layer 1s out there that have got larger ones, and when you are throwing in CoinMarketCap as one of your as a part of your ecosystem, that stuff like that concerns me. That's a sign that you're not strong. Your ecosystem's not strong enough. That you're willing to put that in. You know, I imagine CoinGecko might even be. Yeah, CoinGecko's there as well. So this is not great. Ecosystems are way weaker than it should be, or you know. So for this to have significant price growth, ecosystem has to grow massively, and they have to do a really serious marketing campaign. I just can't see this like running to crazy heights. I still think 50 cents it could do, puts it around about $1 billion market cap, which isn't too bad. Obviously, it's about 10x from where it is. But yeah, like we've been up and running for closing in on 3 years now, and they're not where they should be. I think this has to, if they want to beat their previous high, I think they're going to have to really, really have a concerted effort to grow the GameFi space and the DeFi space, particularly the derivatives space within the Everscale network. And if they do that, absolutely this could break its previous high. But right now I'd cap this at 50 cents. One thing I do like with Everscale, the community is pretty damn strong. I like what I see when I go on the Telegram. You know, their communities, it thrives. And they're quite welcoming. There's not that sort of tribal nature within their community that we see in a lot of crypto communities. So I do like that. But yeah, I'd cap it about 50 cents right now. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think you can do more or less? Just tell me in the comments. And yeah, guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to make things easier on yourself, if you want to make the same profits as me, but do no work whatsoever, that's what copymycrypto.com is. There's a link in the description. You can go to the site, have a look through it, have a look at the things I've said in the past and what ended up happening, what followed that, what the members have earned. All of it's verifiable. You literally just go on old videos and watch them. You'll see everything that's there. And look, like I said, I do all the research. I dive into the markets every day. When I find a coin that's a winner, I tell my members all about it, and it's completely transparent. It's what coin I'm buying, why I'm buying it, what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. No work required whatsoever. So like I said, if that sounds good to you, go check the site out now, see if it is something you're interested in. And that's it from me, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.